Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Okay, current blood sugar 5.5, up from 4.4, and I've been low pretty well all day. So far, that probably means I'm going to flip early. Oops, I'm now 6.4 with an arrow going up. We're all looking pretty good now. Okay. Time in range though is 96. 1% above in the last 24 hours. 96 time in range. And 3% below. The numbers are starting to look better again. 6.8 average sugar. So good numbers. Today, I want to take a look at tests that you might have to do as a type 1 diabetic. There's quite a few. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. During your life as a type 1 diabetic, there are going to be a few tests. Now, the first tests are probably going to identify you as a diabetic. The oral glucose tolerance test. And this is usually done after fasting and having initial blood test. Okay, sounds easy enough. Then you get to drink a sugary drink. Little aside, I kind of was given, I call it kind of a roundabout test like this, except I had a big breakfast. Okay. There's fasting blood sugars. That's where you don't get to eat the night before, and you go in and you get blood sugar done. The day I went to the doctor, the first, because my mom kind of expected that it was going to be diabetes. Let's try speaking today, Mike. So I went and I got up to go see the doctor. Didn't have time to eat. Raced out the door. This was before I was a diabetic and taking insulin. Got to the hospital and got the blood test done. So I was lucky to get a fasting. I went out, I had breakfast, late breakfast, early lunch. Went back 2 hours later, got another test. I think I went back to school for like one class. And then I was in school for the rest of the month. Okay. hemoglobin A1C, glycinated hemoglobin A1C test. Your blood cells, we're talking red, carry part of your history of what your blood sugars were doing for 90 days prior, and your red blood cells rejuvenate every 90 days. So if you had high blood sugars, there's going to be more percentage of the cells are carrying your sugar. Blech. Can't speak, but that's what that is. So those are the ones that are going to point to you. Hemoglobin A1C now is pretty well the test that's going to indicate whether you are a type 1 or a type 2. Okay, let me get out of here. Okay, that's just what we did. Take a look at this one here. This isn't working. There we go. Okay. C-peptide. Now, C-peptide means that there is a protein when your body makes insulin that's attached to the protein, as attached to the insulin molecules. As your body uses the insulin, these peptides roam free. If you have a low rating of C-peptides, that means you're type 1 diabetic. If you have a whole bunch, that means your body's producing insulin and you're not a diabetic. You could be getting tests for insulin antibodies. And that's basically, are you allergic to your insulin? Had this test back when you are there suspecting that you're a labile diabetic, you will be getting this test. You're going to get a creatinine test. You're going to get a protein test, and I couldn't find the name of it offline quickly, but it's a urine test, and it's going to see how much protein. Now, as you age and you're having type 1 diabetes for longer periods, your body allows more protein to slip through the filtration of your kidneys. So what happened is more protein is going to get into your urine. Your doctor will look at this and say, "Oh, do we have to worry about the kidney or not?" Mine is just being monitored. I think mine's a little bit higher than normal, but we're getting there. Couldn't speak this morning. I'm sorry for this. Now, I get iron ratings, shows whether I'm anemic or not. Usually always am. I get my white blood cells count to see if I'm fighting an infection. There's a whole bunch of other tests that your doctor may decide to do for you. I always had to do blood tests every 3 months. When I was out in the real world. Now that I'm here, I really haven't done them. But this next Thursday, I'm going to go see the doctor, and we'll be able to, Wednesday or Thursday, we'll be able to get an answer on whether I need to do this. I don't know if they're not really worried about it because of the condition I'm in and in the hospital, but we'll keep it going. All right. Are these tests really necessary? Well, if you're wanting to keep yourself healthy, yes, your doctor would like to see we have to concentrate on something else. I used to be on iron pills, and I went into Royal Columbian one time and was put on iron pills, and when I got out of there, wasn't on them anymore. I don't know, I'll have to ask about those. There's a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to have to talk with Dr. Shu about. I'm going to have to make a list. But are all these tests a one-time thing? Usually they'll start to monitor. For myself, the tests were every 3 months, and then on alternate 3 months, I would have to go and get a urine test. And that showed my creatinine. I also got a blood creatinine. And that just kind of showed if my kidneys were healthy or not. I would say if you're serious about getting control of your diabetes, then you're going to want to get the blood work done. It's important to do. In Canada, we don't have to pay for them. It's all covered by our medical insurance plan. I'm thankful for that because I don't know what I would have done. So, if you get tests ordered by your doctor, get your test done. It's just another way to ensure that diabetes won't control you. You'll control your diabetes. We'll talk later. Have a great day. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.